In this video, I would like to give you a little bit of an overview about the Swiss social security system, especially if you're new in Switzerland or even if you've been here for a long time already. It might be that you don't even know what you actually pay into the Swiss social security system and what kind of benefits you get out of it. The Swiss social security system is split in three pillars. The first pillar is the old age state pension, the AHV, and for that one, if you're employed, you see on your salary certificate or on your payslip you receive on a monthly basis from your employer a deduction of 5.3%. That 5.3% goes into the AHV system, and your employer pays the same amount as well to the government. That entitles you to receive a pension from the state when you reach retirement age. Retirement age in Switzerland is currently 65 for men and 64 for women. However, that will be adjusted in the near future as well, so it will be 65 for men and women. In the first pillar, you're also insured not only against age, you're also insured against disability. So if you become disabled, you will receive a pension out of that first pillar. What is also covered in the first pillar is the unemployment insurance. So if you become unemployed, you're entitled to receive some additional payments from the unemployment insurance. For that one, you pay another 1.1%, and that's also mentioned on your monthly statement as a deduction. Again, your employer pays the same amount into the first pillar as well. Important, once you reach the retirement age, you have to ask for the AHV payments. Then we go to the second pillar. The second pillar is the pension fund. So every employer needs to insure their employees in their own pension fund, or every employer needs to provide a pension fund to their employees. The pension fund might be different from employer to employer because every employer is kind of flexible in how they would like to design their pension plan. That means that if you have a new job and a new employer, it's always advisable to look at the pension plan, because that's quite a substantial payment for yourself as well. Why? Because in the pension fund you have also an insurance part which insures you against disability and death. However, you also have quite a large savings part which saves money for your retirement. And together with the first pillar, the second pillar should basically cover about 60% of your salary you have right now in order to keep your standard of living once you're no longer working. In addition to these payments you have through the payroll, you can also make additional voluntary payments into the second pillar, into that pension fund, in order to have a better pension once you reach retirement age. These additional payments will be fully deductible from your taxable income, and that can lower your tax liability as well. If you make voluntary payments, there is a blocking period of 3 years, which you're not able to withdraw any money from that pension fund. How can you withdraw money from the pension fund? There are 4 reasons why you can get this money out of the pension fund. Otherwise, it's blocked. First reason is if you reach retirement age. Second reason is if you would like to buy a property in Switzerland. However, it needs to be your primary residence, meaning you cannot use that money for a holiday home or an investment property. Third reason is if you become self-employed and no longer belong to the second pillar scheme. And the fourth reason is if you leave Switzerland permanently, you can withdraw either the full amount or part of the second pillar, depending where you're going to. And then Last but not least, we have the third pillar. That's a complete private savings scheme. You can open a third pillar account with every bank or every insurance, and you can make payments into that third pillar on an annual basis. If you would like to know more about the third pillar, then also check out my blog on www.itstaxtime.ch. And if you have any questions about the Swiss social security system and how you can profit in connection with your taxes, then feel free to reach out to me.